Students would step up and talk about a sin in his life. You know, we've all been there. It's real easy to be judgmental. And Zach would start that interaction from the same spot that I'm no better than this kid. I mean, it's just sweet to see. And then whenever he and I have our friendly little political discussions, he starts from the same spot that I'm no better than anybody else. And he kind of brings me back to that spot. Because I tend to be way out here, you know, casting judgment on people. And he starts every situation from that spot of I'm no better than anybody else. And I've learned so much from you for that. I don't know where you got it. Because, it's real easy to jump to that spot where you don't start there. So that's the big thing that I wanted to say tonight. As your father, as your proud father. And there's tons of scripture that I could be talking about. Right? We all know it. I mean, it's all through Scripture. There's tons of stories in Scripture that I could be standing up here and reading. And as a matter of fact, several months ago, as I was preparing for this night, I'm thinking, which story that really drives that point home should I talk about? And there's tons of them. So I gave up. And about that time, a song came on the radio. And it just hit me between the eyes. And I was like, that's it. And it's a song from Casting Crowns. I'm not going to read all of it. But it's a song called Jesus, Friend of Sinners. So for those of you who occasionally listen to some Christian music, which I do on my way to work and definitely on my way home. It goes something like this. So instead of standing up here and reading scripture, forgive me, but these lyrics really capture who my son is. For those of you who don't know him. Jesus, friend of sinners, the truth becomes so hard to see. The world is on their way to you, but they're tripping over me. Always looking around, but never looking up. I'm so double-minded. A plank-eyed saint with dirty hands and a heart divided. Oh, Jesus, friend of sinners, open our eyes to the world at the end of our pointing fingers. Let our hearts be led by mercy. Help us reach with open hearts and open doors. Oh, Jesus, friend of sinners, break our hearts for what breaks yours. Jesus, friend of sinners, the one who's writing in the sand, make the righteous turn away and the stones fall from their hands. Help us to remember we are all the least of thieves. Let the memory of your mercy bring your people to their knees. Nobody knows what we're for, only what we're against. When we judge the wounded. What if we put down our signs and we crossed over the line and we loved like you did? Jesus, friend of sinners, open our eyes to the world at the end of our point.